Hi everybody, Laura here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun project I want to share with you, and I couldn't wait to make a project with this flip over hello die. I want to show you what this die looks like. It's really different, unique, and awesome. So it die cuts the half of each letter and it scores it so you can flip the letters over, and when you flip them over it spells hello. It's totally cool. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it, so let me just show you. First thing, I'm putting down my metal shim on my Big Shot because I want to make sure I get a good clean cut. Then I'm flipping over my cutting plate because the one side's nice and clean, never been cut on, and I want to get a good clean cut. If you don't have a clean cutting plate, just put some cardstock underneath. That way when you flip your letters over, it's not all scratchy on the back side. You know, most of my die cuts are pretty scratchy on the underside, but for this one, you want it to be smooth on both sides because when you flip it over, you're going to see the underside of your cardstock and you don't want it to be all scratched up. Does that make sense? Anyway, I'm trying to keep both sides nice and smooth. So now I'm flipping over the letters. I'm using my Teflon bone folder to kind of help me crease those score lines, and I'm being very careful not to bend these letters and bend them straight, making sure my L is parallel and my E and all that jazz. This would be a really cool die to use with double-sided pattern paper, or even, I haven't seen this, but this would be cool with two-tone cardstock, like solid color cardstock where one side's one color and the other side is another color. Does that even exist? But that would be totally cool with this die. So once I get these flipped over, I'm going to put something heavy on top of it just to kind of like flatten out those letters so they lay flat, and let that sit for a few minutes. And then I'm going to run this through. Look at that. So cool. Running it through with one of the nested circle dies. And by the way, I die cut this onto sea glass cardstock, so it's a very, very light blue. I'm going to do another larger circle onto AUDREY blue cardstock, and then two more smaller circles. So I'm using several circle dies from the nested circle die set. This one here, I've got two, one in cream and the smallest one in fog. So as you can see, I'm going for a very soft, subtle, neutral color combination. It's not like me. Usually I'm just like blurting out rainbow like nobody's biz. But you know what? I was just kind of feeling calm, feeling the calm vibe. And I loved this flip over hello. It's like so graphic and cool. It could definitely be masculine, totally be feminine. Either way you go. I'm popping this one up. So some, like the AUDREY blue circle, I adhered it straight down onto the card base with a tape runner, popping up the hello, double popping up the cream circle, and I think I double popped up that one. So I try not to go more than 2 layers of foam tape if I can. You know, three's pushing it. I mean, it gets a little high, hard to mail. But you know what? There are occasions when I do 3 because the design, if the composition calls for it, what are you going to do? You can't deny it. But if I can, I try not to go more than 1 or 2. I'm a dimensional gal. Like, all my cards are so stinking dimensional when I mail them, and then they get all crinkled in the mail and they cost like double the postage. But you know what are you gonna do when you're creating and your heart wants dimension? What are you gonna say no to that? So now I'm gonna emboss a coordinating sentiment from the CZ Designs Hello You stamp set. I'm embossing this in white on a strip of fog cardstock. It says "My Sweet Friend," and I love this Hello You stamp set. Lots of great, like the one I love so much is Sweet Cheeks. Hello, Sweet Cheeks. And I'm going to pop that up right underneath the hello, and I'll trim off that excess. And this card is finished. I contemplated adding sequins, but you know what? I refrained. I just held back because look at that hello. Look at her in all her glory. You just can't deny it. The flip over hello is my new favorite die. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.